All right, fellas. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I had been busy. But I have since retired. I think I said that in an earlier video. But anyway, I've retired and I got some projects going. Got some stuff coming down the pipe. But anyway, let me go ahead and address this right off the bat. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to smear hammer bullets with this. Okay, not trying to hurt the business. Not trying to take any money away from them. None of that's going on. We're just simply providing information here. I wish them the best. I hope they sell a bazillion bullets, make a ton of money. I sincerely mean that. All right. All we're doing is the same thing we've been doing, is providing information. When in my opinion, they had the best mono on the planet, we provided information. We showed how the bullets were killing, how they were stomping animals in the ground, and that's what we were doing then. So I believe they had the best mono on the planet. I also believe now they don't. So they took their finger off the pulse of the hunters and they have fallen behind. So they still got a good bullet. It'll still kill critters. If you don't mind tracking them, it's still a good bullet. So I'm too fat and old to go chasing after critters, so I've moved on. So now with that being said, when I was supporting hammers, I supported them 100%, and everybody knows that. And I lost a lot of good friends over the deal, and that was my ignorance. So I've made some public apologies on some internet forums, and I'll go ahead and apologize here. If those fellas are watching, my ignorance, and I sincerely apologize for what that's worth. There it is. But anyway, today we're talking about the HHTs and the polymers that the hammers were using. So I was never a fan of the HHTs to start with, but now the original polymer they used, I think it would have been something if they would stuck with it. Now that's just my opinion, but it didn't last very long. But what we've got here is a series of videos of the original polymer and what it did to critters, and the second polymer and what it did to critters. All this is information that you can look at and just cipher it out for yourself. We're just providing it so you can see the difference in polymer construction and what it did to animals. So it's for the good of the community. It's just information for you to look at. So we've also got, like I said, I think they're on their third series of polymers, because they did put out a notice they had tips breaking off. And like I said, we're going to address that in this series of videos. So it's for the good of the community. I hope everybody can enjoy it and get something out of it. I hope everybody's going to have a good hunting season. Stay safe. If you need anything, y'all know how to get a hold of me. I want to thank 40 for all the work he's done. So we'll get into these videos. Thank y'all. Give me a holler if you need anything. All right, fellas, this was the original black polymer that was first tested. This is a 375 cal 278 HHT. This is a 1680 impact velocity. All right. Let's take a look at this and judge for yourself. Here we go.
Very important part. Look how the bullet itself now is still dripping blood. So this is going back to the old hammers. It's the way the hydraulics work, the blood flow on the animal just keeps flowing. It's ceased these days, so we're more a conventional type of pill. Still flows on a mono more than a cup and core, but what it's doing, there has been a absolutely marked difference in the way that the bullet is working, and that is very interesting. There's that little lobe there coming out. This is below 1700. I'm suspecting 1670, 1680. I have to do my sums, and in a 12 twist. That's where this bullet, doesn't matter if it's in a 12 or a 7. The new HHTs makes a huge difference. The 7 is killing that tip, and I've got some of them, so catch us. Right, there you go there. There's the exit. Now, still look, the blood is still flowing, and that's what I can't work out. It's one thing I picked up on way earlier on the hammers, what they're doing, or were doing. They've ceased that. That's, in my opinion, the hydraulics working. They just keep flowing. Look at the colour of the blood. This is 10, 15 minutes later. I'll have to have a look at my original video to work out actual time, but it's well over 10 minutes and we've still got blood flowing from meat. It is pretty incredible. There's entry to the lobe. and this is well below 1700, or just below 1700. That's why that pill there works as advertised, below 1700. Now look also, there is no pressure waves through this lobe. There's nothing. So we've got to a limit of velocity where it's not doing anything. And that's the why I don't like that. It just doesn't cover. Now we'll move over. There's the exit on that part. So you see it a little bit higher. We haven't hit the resistance. But look at the mush in there. It's all in there. So that part there is really good, but once again, that is caliber that is helping this. We've got pressure in the bubbles, but see, it's not very far away. So distance wise, off that, I'll find my darn marks in that on my Leatherman, wherever the hell they are. Must be that side. Yeah, there they are. So distance wise, off the main wound channel, we're a bit over 2 inches away that we're getting pressure off. That's caliber there working, and it'll be a flat met plate too, I would say. So you can kind of see it there as well, but really good data. That's why that pill is just my favourite pill of all time. Right, catches.
Okay, fellas, like I said, I think the original tip would have really been something. It caused hydraulics. It shed the pedals, made the bullet work like the hammer hunters. So here you can see it in the pictures. So it's just for your information. So take a look at them and judge for yourself. All right, fellas, this was the second polymer that was tested, the teal tips. This is the 375, 276 HHT, tested at 1,840 feet per second impact velocities, okay? So, proof's in the pudding. There it is. Here we go.
Right, so it is the entry. Now, it went through shoulder meat, hit no bone on the way in, and went between the ribs. So there it is there. That's that part. We've got a little bit of pressure in through here. So it's doing that. That's just size of caliber for the size of the critter. Basically, that's what's occurred on that. So when we turn that over, that's where we are there. So you can see the caliber again. This is why 358 and above is doing stuff. So we've got pressure from it, but it's just penciling straight through. There's nothing there in that. So there we go there. That's a better part. And you can see where it's come through, ripped the heart a little bit in that aspect. Now notice we've lost all pressure waves in through that. The lungs at the back end are pretty well right. So it's just that that part there. They're a little bit different. This is only a young one. Yeah, but still the same thing, still vital. So all good catches. There you go. I thought it was between the ribs. It's actually on the rib. So that's even worse. That structure of that rib has not busted all the way out. It's hit on the kind of the side of it. So that's the entry. Notice distance off spine is irrelevant anyway. But then we come over here and we've got, that's the exit. So other than that, there's nothing else come through around there. Now I haven't found the tip. That's kept going. Maybe the tip has done that part there, I don't know, but there's something else. I'd say it's a little bone fragment off the rib that's hit that, but that one there, that's your main wound channel. The reason I know that is because the other side where it poked straight through, and there's nothing come out either the side of that, so we know it has basically penciled, has not shed anyway. Catch up.
All right, fellas, here's the new polymer. As you can see, no hydraulics, no shed pedals. Once again, the proof's in the pudding. All right, fellas, here's something else I want to tell you too. If you're running the HHTs, and you're running a tight twist barrel and you're pushing them hard, you can twist the tips off these bullets and they will turn around on you. They will make a U-turn, all right? It won't happen every time, but it will happen, and it's repeatable. I've done it. 40's done it. There's been a couple other guys done it. I'm not going to say any names, but it will happen, and it's repeatable, okay? So, like I said, I'm not going to say it happened every time. If you get on a hard bone or get on a shoulder, there's a chance the bullet will turn on you, okay? We've got a couple videos here. I'll put them up and show it to you. Like I said, not saying it's going to happen every time. Just keep that in mind. So, if you're running a tight twist and pushing them hard, I'd stay off bone, okay? Just keep that in mind. So here we go.
What I can work out is it's gone into the top of the lung there on the top of the shoulder. It's gone in, done a Yui, went through the diaphragm, and it's come back out here and that in a couple of different spots. So there's your main, there's just all these here. So they've pulled guts back out. It's not your main, so the pressure's gone in. It's gone in here, entry's in there. We've gone in so far through to the one lobe. It's done a Yui, gone through the diaphragm, and then come back out. So we've just got majorly, yeah, a couple of different exits and all that. But that one there's definitely the entry. You can kind of see it tapering. So, and then you just got all these little darn holes where it's kind of just shattered. So that one there hasn't actually penetrated. That's just pulled gut back out. I think, oh no, there is a hole there as well. So it's almost as if you've been bloody shot with buckshot. There's that many bloody holes in him. That's bullshit. Right, okay, we're going to have a look at the other one. So it's 14 inches and it's across the shoulders, and 16 inches, just under 15.5 of penetration length. This little sucker here is the one we want. This one we've gone in here.
Every block will be 10 inches.
Yeah, let's see, about 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Yeah, so Sharks is hitting up here. It's gone in, and the majority has come back out here. We've got a boomerang. So it's just an absolute shocker. If I can get it in there, there's the hole in there. And it's just got multiple holes. It's come in and just done a big boomerang. 182 HHT. Yep. Cool.
Okay, fellas, like I said, those last two clips, pretty self-explanatory. We've seen that over the years. There's been some discussion on it. We're not going to dig into it here, but I'll post up their announcement on the tips breaking off in the magazines. But like I said, if they're breaking off in the magazines, they're probably breaking off in critters. But like I said, we're not going to dig into that here. Once again, it's my suggestion, if you're going to shoot the HHTs, stay off a heavy bone. But I know there's folks having success with them, so more power to you. But anyway, back to the polymers. It's just amazing, you know, the difference in polymer construction, the difference it makes in critters. So I hope everybody got something out of that. So I know that I did. But it's interesting, the difference that it makes. So, but anyhow, I hope everybody's having a great hunting season. Please be safe. If y'all need anything, give me a holler. Like I said, more coming down the pipe. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Once again, please be safe. Give me a holler if you need anything. I'll see y'all. Take care.